So I am going to acknowledge the commitment of the SFIS faculty and staff to being part of ASU by announcing the Years of Service Awards. So we have a number of folks who joined us and are celebrating 5 years as faculty or staff. Alexandrina Agloro, Bethany Lang, who's actually been with ASU longer because she started as a student, Christy Spackman, Dean Frias, Jesse Sanko, who's also been with ASU longer because he started as a student, Katina Michael, Lindsay Smith, Sarah Jordan, and Tiemi Aganaba. Okay, we have a couple people celebrating 10 years of service with ASU, Darren Ash and Jennifer Richter. And then, Molly, can you go on to 20 years? Ira Bennett has been, he started in 2004 as a postdoc, but actually started at ASU as a grad student in 2000, so he's been here quite a while as well. And then finally, Cindy Dick has been here 25 years with ASU.
So our next award will be our Undergraduate Charter Award winner, presented by Christy Spackman.
Does he come up now?
Say who it is.
Sure. We are thrilled to present this award to Adam Malachi. Adam, please come up. So I first met Adam when I was teaching FIS 201. Was it 2 years ago?
Yes.
I believe 2 years ago. And what really stood out to me about Adam and his work was the way in which he really sought to fuse intellectual disciplines. This is something he's gone on to do since then. But in FIS 201, we were building on Matt Fegan's approach, playing along with the idea of how might we take back the future. And Adam's group looked at what was going on with the political tensions on campus and came up with a really great proposal for how ASU could potentially move beyond just a 101 sort of welcome to ASU, here are some tools. And then the onus is on me that I didn't further push them post-semester, but I think that sort of work has really continued to shape the approach that Adam has had during his time here at ASU. Since I first met Adam, he has since gone on to pick up not one, but 2 additional majors in mathematics and economics, and in fact was one of the founding board members of ASU's Economic Review. And I think this journal actually is a really good example of what we hope that students in FIS do and embody, which is this idea that how can you make students in any major, how can you give them the possibility for accessing ways to publish their research and to get the word out? One of the things that, as someone who studies water, that I really appreciate about Adam's work is that he also worked as a research assistant under Professor Michael Hanneman, who I do not yet have the pleasure of knowing, looking at using geospatial data from the Colorado River Big Thompson Water Project, and doing that to try and look at the way that water rights and housing values overlapped, or housing prices. One of the things I especially want to point out about Adam that to me totally embodies the spirit of FIS is the way that he and his group members constantly worked to support each other during the time in my class. And you know, it's interesting when you teach students at this 200 level, years later to get an email that says, hey, which of these FIS students would you like to nominate for award, and to look through a list and be like, that student, I remember them, we haven't had contact for 2 years. So Adam, thank you for being the sort of student whose impact sticks around over multiple phases and semesters. We're so thrilled to have you here as an FIS major. Congratulations.
I guess I'll be a little brief. Hello and thank you. It is an honor to be given the Spring 2024 Undergraduate Charter Award. I really have to express my gratitude to all the amazing professors here at SFIS, as they've really helped to guide me and, you know, give me academic success. And I mean, the way that all these interdisciplinary approaches and methods are blended in the curriculum is really pivotal. But yes, I look forward to applying all of these methods and creating beneficial futures. Thank you.
for you.
Can I get you guys just to hold with the award and just smile for the camera?
Sure.
Thank you guys. Thanks.
So our next award is for our Master's Student Charter Award. And I'm going to bring up Laura Hossman, who will give the award to Ryan Watling.
Great. Thank you, Lindsay. I wrote out my speech to make sure I would keep to time because otherwise this could go long. So I'm here to present the Charter Award to Ryan Watling, Master's Student in Global Technology and Development, and a Coverdell Fellow, which is a fellowship program for returned Peace Corps volunteers. Nearly from day one, at ASU, Ryan became involved in the Solar Spell Offline Digital Library and Information Literacy Initiative, which involves as many returned Peace Corps volunteers as we possibly can for the unparalleled life experiential value that they add. Ryan joined Solar Spell's monitoring and evaluation team, working with qualitative data like interviews and surveys, and Ryan has taken the lead in so many aspects of this work, becoming completely indispensable to our team, tirelessly. Coding data, pruning data, keeping the code book and the software up to date, and always asking the tough questions that spark discussion so that our data will yield the best possible insights. In other words, it's much thankless, detail-oriented work that many people don't enjoy, but Ryan has taken on this mantle, and we have all benefited so much. And we are so incredibly grateful that he'll be staying on with us next year. I'm glad GTD is a 2-year program. And I'm not the only one to sing Ryan's praises. He's been involved with GSO, the Graduate Student Organization, since arriving at ASU, and he's been a much appreciated teaching assistant to FIS students since coming here. And he's been engaging globally, traveling to Brazil as part of a Diplomacy Lab Global Intensive Experience, and then to Washington, D.C. to present about the work undertaken starting in Brazil. He'll also travel to Europe in the coming weeks with yet another study abroad opportunity from ASU. So truly, Ryan supports other SFIS students, works to improve others' opportunities on the global level, and has taken the opportunity to engage in so much of what SFIS has to offer in terms of making sure that the future is for everyone, that I'm happy and proud to be presenting him with this Charter Award. Thank you.
I just have 3 quick things to share in there: gratitude, encouragement, and a legacy. So I'm grateful for, of course, the faculty and staff, specifically like Lori and Wendy, who make the show run, which is really cool. Thank you for my experience. And working with Professor Idi Abraham and Yassine and others as a TA has been really cool to see. And so I'm grateful for those opportunities and to go abroad and other places. The encouragement. With this award, I feel like I'm on the right track and that it's okay to challenge the process. Business as usual doesn't work for everybody, and that I feel comfortable in this space to challenge that. So I appreciate that. And then legacy. I hope that the value of this award is measured by who I'm able to support next, so that whoever I can help in the years to come will be the one who receives it, maybe next year or in the years to come. So thank you all.
PhD Student Charter Award winner, Julia Jenna, presented by Vice Provost Mickey Kittleson.
Well, I'm just honored to be the person that gets to present this award, and I cannot imagine how difficult it is, in particular in SFIS, to decide on these awards because, I mean, it's a unit that's built around the charter, and everybody is doing this work, amazing work. And so it's an honor to do this, and it's an honor to present the 2024 award to Julia Jenna, who is doing just amazing things in community building and institution building and all the important work that we all, you know, strive to undertake. And she's just a natural at it, and we are so just pleased to be able to work with her in this program. And I, in particular, feel incredibly honored as we're working on her. She just successfully defended her dissertation prospectus at the end of the 2-year mark, which is like great. And it's really, really important work. So, so just absolutely delighted to give this to Julia. She was nominated by multiple people, and I just want to take a second to just read a couple of the things. I'm going to embarrass Julia, I know. She works tirelessly as the president of SFIS GSO and is committed to strengthening community within the graduate student cohort. She enables student success through her encouragement, conducts youth-inspired research, and has a focus on gender and access. She constantly encourages faculty and students to interact to ensure the success of everyone. She's a great team player, engages her team members to build strong cohorts and improve the graduate student experience at SFIS. Her research work embodies the transdisciplinary nature of SFIS. I'm just lifting little pieces from several different nominations. Her initiative to organize a panel on inclusive development demonstrates her deep commitment to fostering an inclusive academic environment that aligns with ASU's charter. Enhancing the social fabric, her upcoming leadership in a panel on human capability further exemplifies her dedication to engaging with and contributing to important societal conversations. And the summary comment I thought was her exemplary achievements and unwavering commitment to the values of the ASU Charter. So please join me in congratulating Julia on this.
Okay, so before I say anything, I would really like to thank Lindsay and Molly for organizing this whole thing, and not just this event, but literally every other event at SFIS. SFIS doesn't run if you're not there, so no pressure, but thank you. Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional. It's been a year. Last year I was elected GSO co-chair, and that it was a beautiful moment, of course, but that kind of like opened up to a lot of possibilities and a lot of experiences that I got to have this year, and I'm incredibly grateful for those. Besides being on GSO, I was also on the JEDI committee, I was also on the community success committee. I was able to go to conferences and not only showcase my work, but also network with people within SFIS, but also outside of SFIS in the College of Global Future, so multiples. I was able to sit on panels, I was able to organize events, and I was able to defend my perspectives, which is great. Most importantly, I was able to grow as a student representative, but as a person, and I think that that's the most important thing, because sometimes we have so many roles and titles behind us, but we have to remember that we're just people at the end of the day. I'm not saying all of this because I want to brag, even though I do think that people should be allowed to celebrate their own achievements, and that should be proud of them. But I'm saying all of this because throughout the year, a lot of people have come to me saying that I was doing this all alone, that I had so much on my plate. And yes, I had a lot on my plate, but I was not alone at all. And I would like to thank these people. And a lot of the people that I'm going to thank are part of SFIS, actually all of them, which really shows the kind of community that we want to build and we're building. So the first person I want to thank is my partner, Jeff. He's not part of SFIS, but basically he's getting an honorary degree at this point because he listened to everything I had to say and everything other students from SFIS have to say, so thank you. I would like to thank Prashamsa. She's not here, which is very unfriend-like of her, but she's doing her she's doing her research in the field, which is so nice, and I'm so happy for her. But really, she's so caring and she's so loyal, and I'm so grateful that this program brought us together. I would like to thank Pooja. who's also not here because she's also doing her field research. But her guidance and her support during this year has been so helpful. I would like to thank Kathy, who's here. She's one of the most selfless people I know, and I can just hope one day to have half of her spirit. I would like to thank my advisor, Dr. Mickey Hiddleston. You don't know this, but I used to call our biweekly meetings my therapy sessions, and that kind of tells you everything. I would like to thank the faculty. It is rare to have faculty that receives feedback from the students with such respect. Every time I came to you asking you, demanding things, you have always showed nothing but respect, and this is something that you should be proud of. Sorry. And finally, I would like to thank all the people that throughout the year has spent like a second to send me a message or an email asking me how I'm doing and just letting me know that I'm doing something right. You all made it worth it. It has been a long year, a very challenging one, but one thing that I learned is that as long as the words of the people that love and care for you are louder than all the noise, everything will be okay. And I'm so lucky to have so many loving and caring people around me, and so I know that I'll be okay. Thank you.
So now we will be, let me get the order right. Okay, now we'll be giving our Faculty Charter Award to Professor Nalini Chetri. I want to give my own speech about her, but I'm going to leave that to Kathleen Vogel and invite her up here to introduce Nalini.
All right, Nalini. Well, so we're so proud to be able to honor Nalini today with a Charter Award for Excellence, particularly around, I would say, the area of education. And I'm going to focus my comments on a couple different dimensions around all of her amazing work in the education space. First are her support for our doctoral students in SFIS and our collective master's students too. As well as her just long-standing commitment to international capacity building in higher education, particularly related to her work in co-creating and mentoring so many of the IGD PhD students from the University of Guyana. So I'm going to talk about a couple of these facets, again, just to illustrate Nalini's amazing work in this space. So as our nominators noted, Nalini goes above and beyond to support our PhD students, especially those who need extra support and assistance. And I would say there was a common theme kind of expressed here of how she regularly meets with students, to help prepare them for their prospectus defenses, and sometimes even in cases where she's not even on the PhD students committee, but she just wants to lend a helping hand. And she's always done an amazing job providing detailed feedback on student papers and on various milestone projects. I mean, she really goes above and beyond here. And then also Nalini has been critical in co-developing a new model for capacity building in higher education, as exemplified by the IGD, PhD, and GTD program cohort of students related to the University of Guyana. To date, this program has graduated several PhD and master's students from Guyana, and this education will help these individuals become the next generation leaders in higher education in Guyana, and also contribute to the overall nation building in Guyana. And I would say Nalini has devoted, I dare say, hundreds, if not more, hours mentoring each and every one of these Guyanese students, both the IGD and the GTD students, towards a successful completion of the degrees. I mean, I have seen you at all hours of the day and night helping them. And in all of this work and service, Nalini demonstrates several aspects of the ASU Charter and design aspirations, particularly related to inclusive excellence in education. As I've just mentioned, enabling student success. Again, she spent so much time mentoring so many of our students and really helping them to reach their full potential, and also in really always thinking about how she can bring to bear various ASU resources to ensure student success. In terms of transforming society, I would say when particularly these Guyanese IGD students finish soon, it's really going to enable the transformation of Guyanese higher education and society, and Nalini will have been a very pivotal person as a part of that. So it's going to be exciting to see in the years and decades to come the fruits of all of that. She's also done an amazing job with all of her students infusing intellectual disciplines. Each of the PhD students that Nalini has mentored has done really interesting interdisciplinary research for their dissertations, and she's also done a really amazing job in bringing together a wide variety of faculty members from across ASU to help advise these students and really engage them as part of their PhD committees. And I'm reminded here of her own efforts to bring in on a PhD student committee, and even getting me to go to Guyana in a crazy, I think it was less than 72-hour trip, that she really was so passionate about me wanting to go and be with the students and see them defend their prospectus defenses. And I would say it was an amazing time to travel with you on that short but intense and amazing trip. And then finally, just how Nalini, in all of her mentoring, really practices principled innovation and practice. I think all of the students that she has taught and mentored through the IGD and GTD graduate programs learn how to do principled innovation in ways that enable development in sustainable and ethical ways. And I think that's just an amazing aspect also of her work. So as you can see here, her work and service have contributed to access, excellence, and impact for all of our graduate students, I think for the long-term benefit of ASU and for the various international communities that we serve. And for all these reasons, we're so proud to select Nalini for the Faculty Charter Award. So congratulations, and
So thank you so much, Kathleen. So when Lindsay told me that I would be getting the Charter Award, I was, to be honest, slightly taken aback, more than slightly taken aback. I think the nice thing about getting older, yes, Clark, the nice thing is about getting older and becoming more senior, I've been here almost 20 years, is that you develop a perspective. And the perspective that I've developed is hopefully of more humility and a great privilege. People tell me, what's the one word that identifies me? And they say energy. That's what Chris Boone told me, energy. And I thought, where do I get this energy from? My family is here, my son and my daughter, who have never, ever attended anything about me, attending here for the first time. And it'll probably be the one and only time. But the reason I say this is the perspective it provides me, it's a privilege. It's an honor that you recognize me, and I really want to thank the nominators. Do you know what it takes for you to be nominated? You have to think about it, you have to sit down, you have to fill the form, you have to write it up. That's why we don't get a lot of nominations. So please nominate the next time you get, it's really important. And then the committee that gets to choose that, that's also something. So sometimes it's a little bit biased, and sometimes it's not, but I really want to accept this on behalf of all the faculty in sustainability, in SFIS, in the college, as well as the staff and the students, because I am privileged to be part of a community and I'm really honored to be part of the community. The energy I get from you is the energy I give back. The students inspire me, and I want them to be the best. And so it's not just the Guyanese students, even though, Kathleen, thank you so much. I've been engaged with sustainability, I've been engaged with HSD, I've been engaged in the life sciences, and I hope that you don't think I'm biased towards the Guyanese only. That's not the intention here. But to me, it's really, I feel very privileged because this is my third career. I'm an accidental academic. And so but that has given me perspective about the field and also the academia and how privileged we are, and therefore how responsible we should be to give back. And so this is my way of giving back to the community. We have a faculty of 50 plus, extraordinary talent and mind and intelligence, and I'm so privileged to work with you. Thank you.
So we have our last charter award now, which is our staff charter award. And just to echo Nalini, nothing at SFIS would ever work. We wouldn't get any of the things we do done, it seems, without our amazing and incredible staff. I think they work in quite visible ways and in many ways invisible ways. So I'm just so grateful for them. Our staff, I'm going to invite Paul Martin up here to present our staff charter award, which is to Bethany Ling.
I would like to have everybody give it up for the staff, because without the staff, we wouldn't be able to do the work that we're going to do. And look, Beth's here. As Lori mentioned, Beth was a student worker when I came here 7 years ago, and she just seemed to be everywhere. And I said, how can somebody be in 2, 3, 4 places at once? What? How do you do that? Beth just found out she was a twin today. But 5 years ago, as the previous award that Beth received, she became part of the staff and worked closely with a lot of you, maybe probably all of you, and really closely with us in our center. And it's been really a pleasure to see Beth grow over this time and help us grow over this time. So it's not, it's really an intertwined piece. And Beth received a degree in human systems engineering, master's degree, and I'm happy to be one of the human systems that Beth has engineered over the last 5 years. I can actually fill out a travel report on my own, thanks to Beth. But one of the leadership things that she's been able to take on is more of the responsibility for the fiscal things around the center, but even more important is her project leadership. And she took on a project that was offered to us with Eugene Judson to do events and engagements with 5 different refugee communities over the last couple of years. And Beth actually took that project and made it happen for everybody. And very quietly behind the scenes. But she has a lot of friends in a lot of different communities now, which is really great. And I want to sort of finish quickly because Beth always has a lot to say. But when in our center, we often have lunch together. And if anybody wants to come and have lunch with us, you're very welcome. We're there most days. And Ira, when I was here on campus, he used to come in and have lunch with us. And Ira would often have this coffee cup that said, "The Boss" on it. You know how Ira is. And I was at the table one day, and Ira had his Boss coffee cup. And I noticed that Beth had a coffee cup that looked just like it, but I couldn't see what it said. And then Beth got up, and I went around to the other side, and on the coffee cup it said, "The Real Boss." So without any further ado, Beth.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the nominations. I feel really lucky to be a part of such a fun and creative school, and even more so get to work in such a really cool center and have such a really fun team. As Lori mentioned, I started as a student worker, and now through 3 different positions here at SFIS. So for those positions, I just want to give a special shout out to Darren for all of his guidance and Lori as well.
Anybody else?
I'm now going to invite up Eusebio to give the Director's Service Award.
Surprise! Folks, I'll tell you this. There is a lot of invisible work that happens that, yes, sometimes I don't answer your email in 5 hours or in 5 minutes. There is a lot going on. The nomination for the Service Award was actually done last week. And looking at a lot of the invisible work, but also the dedication, the challenge of we coming, out of COVID, a new building, right? Getting the community building together. And one of the things that we thought, as we were thinking about new structures was this community success working group or committee, and also embedded in elements of JEDI. And I couldn't think anyone better than Lindsay. And so we could see how, engaging and figuring out how we create this community success, how we engage the different, members of our community in creating this shared space. And on the last 48 hours, folks, I'll tell you this, she earned it. Big time, right? We had an incredible, exciting and complex elements in our community that we're able to respond, and I'm happy to see that the incredible work that Lindsay has done, the compassion that she has shown, the generosity. I think the service award should be based, if you ask me, what was the criteria, Eusebio? You'll probably get somebody at the corner asking me, do you have a rubric? And I have it. That rubric is about giving. It's about generosity. It's about selflessness. And Lindsay, it's been a pleasure to give you this award, and thank you for everything you do and for everything that you have been contributing to the community.
So they tried to keep this under wraps for as long as possible, and I didn't find out until I saw the proof. So I'm just so honored to be chosen for this. You wouldn't know from me emceeing this that I'm an incredibly shy person. I just want to say that it's been such a privilege to be part of this committee, and I want to recognize my committee. I mean, I'm receiving this award, but it would have been impossible for us to do any of the community work that we have done without the full committee. And so just to name the people who've done all the work behind this and so many other community events, it's Emma, Paul, Diana, Dean, Julia, and Wendy. So they have been working tirelessly. And I want to thank the whole community because, gosh, it's not hard to make community success. I was real skeptical about the name, but it's not hard to create community success with such an amazing community. The amount of ideas and passion and energy that you all have, and the way that it's so easy to be together and to create spaces for that to just flourish is just, I feel so lucky to be here among you and to be in the service role. Thank you.
There you go. Over there. All right. Who's next on this?
Okay, well, we have two more awards, back to business, and this is to recognize our student achievement. So every year, every school gives out outstanding student awards for their undergraduate and graduates. It's a lot of graduating, but this is to recognize graduating students for the amazing work that they've done here at their time at ASU. And so those will be our final two awards. So first, we're going to present our Outstanding Undergraduate Award. I'm going to invite up Lauren Keeler to present to Ava Steckel.
It's my pleasure to honor Ava Steckel with our Outstanding SFIS Undergraduate Award. Ava is also our speaker on Tuesday for commencement, so woo! And I will tell you just a little bit about why. I had to select among the many things that Ava has done in her time with us and the many contributions she's made, so bear with me. Ava has been an integral part of the SFIS community since she joined the program as a first-year student. Ava is part of the Fraser Global Mentorship Program, the Next Generation Service Corps, and the Barrett Honors College. She is a Caravan for Democracy Scholarship recipient, an ASU tour guide, and a member of the People's Community Orchestra of Tempe, the CGF College Council, and the swim club at ASU. As if that's not enough, she's also a certified wilderness fire responder and an experienced youth facilitator. Ava has excelled in her coursework and is a constant leader within SFIS and the broader ASU community. During her time at ASU, Ava has created a curriculum for Mexican primary school students to learn about healthy eating and gardening, led high schoolers on their first exposure to a new culture, and guided a migrant family to receive legal status as residents. This year, Ava completed an internship with Salt River Project as part of the strategic partnership between ASU and SRP, her fourth internship during her time in SFIS, and she's returning to SRP for an internship next year as well. Ava's thesis work was on people-centered technology. a uniquely SFIS project. She explored the different design recommendations for accessible, let's see, where was I? Different design recommendations for accessible coffee mugs for people with mobility issues in their hands, using interviews with medical professionals, occupational therapists, patients, and ChatGPT. Her research illuminates the different perspectives on human-centered design that arise when you include different voices in the design process. In culmination, she has used her pottery skills to create different mugs based on the different design recommendations. Ava is an outstanding student and exemplifies ASU's charter and design aspirations and the creative and impactful potential of SFIS students. It's my pleasure to present her with the Outstanding CGF and SFIS Graduate Award.
Dr. Keeler has a really great way of making me sound really good. So thank you, Dr. Keeler. And thank you to everybody here. I'm looking around this room and I feel so lucky to see classmates from throughout my time here, professors, other faces from the time I've spent loitering in ISTB 10. So that's really nice to see. Like Dr. Keeler mentioned, I'm an ASU tour guide, and the first stop of all ASU tours is right outside of our charter. And at first, when I started, I didn't really know what to say about the charter because to me, they just felt like words. But I'm really lucky that because of SFIS, the charter has gained new meaning, and I feel like I know what I can tell prospective new students about ASU because we really do live and breathe by the charter. And I'm so lucky that my peers, my professors, every unit within ASU contributes to our charter in some way. And I'm so lucky that you all have helped me to be able to do that as well. And I'm really proud to represent the College of Global Futures, Go SFIS, as our outstanding graduate. So thank you so much.